Cage Warriors got another card going down, and I've got one of the gentlemen fighting on it. Mason, you are taking on Donovan Desmae, I believe it's pronounced, at Cage
Yeah.
Warriors 104. Now, I have to admit, when I saw you on the fight card, I was absolutely elated, as most people are, because you kind of become a fan favourite in Cage Warriors, mate. Have you noticed the kind of following and love that you've been getting for your entertaining bouts, is the way to put it?
I always come for a fight. That's the way to put it, I think. My fights never boring. I always come in to learn. I'm always trying to improve. So I'm always with them for that finish. I'm always hungry for that next win. So it's nice to get back out. I've had a bit of time off. I think it's been, by the time I fight, it'll be 6 months before my last fight. Mostly due to a hectic schedule before that. So it's nice to get back in there and show everyone what I've been doing.
Well, I was going to say, because you've had a 6 month gap is enough
Yeah.
time to get a bit of, tweak a couple of things, tidy some bits up, and obviously do a fight camp as well. Is there anything in particular you've been kind of focusing on to sharpen up that you noticed yourself, or is your coach critical of you, or what's the score on that?
Well, I'm heavily critical myself anyway, and my coaches are awesome. So end of last camp, we had to sit down, all the coaches together, over some food, and we sort of everyone hammered out points. I have my brother's like really professional and everything, so he gave us basically like a list, and it's my dad and my brother are really good. They basically own their own businesses, so they both got business heads on them. So they had basically like a sheet, so everything's quite analytical, and everything's written down. So all my targets, everything that they thought was weak points in my last fight, and things they think, looking at my training, I need to be improving more. And then we all come together, had a chat, and try to make all my camp sort of flow together. Mainly because I train out different gyms. I don't really do all my fight camp in one place. I'm all over the place in different gyms in Cardiff, Bristol. I've been doing sparring in Pontypridd and all sorts. But yeah, there was quite a lot of things I wanted to improve on, and my coaches picked up some good points. Just simple things a lot of the time that you just need to improve on. Things like that slide in between camps. Things I'm sort of holding together. I didn't have any big injuries, but I had a couple of minor nuisances that were starting to become big injuries. So I took the December card off, and that was a massive thing. That saved me an operation. So I'm back fit. Everything's literally working perfect, and I'm ready to get in a bit of a war.
Oh, well, what you really mean is you just wanted Christmas pudding, mate, didn't you? Let's be honest. Mince pies
Um,
were on sale, and you were like, I just want mince pies.
I didn't really have a fat Christmas. I started a hypertrophy plan, so a weight gain plan off my nutritionist.
Okay.
But I dieted clean through Christmas. I don't really. I've tried to hammer everything out. So I don't drink. I don't do any of that now. I haven't drank for maybe over 2 years, I think. Before that, I had like 18 months off, so I've had quite a lot of breaks off there. So I don't drink. I've cut out takeaways this year, and I've been on a diet since the end of my last. Well, I don't know, since God knows when. I think in between my fight camps, I had about a week off dieting, less than that between certain my fights because they were so close together. I did obviously in a 12-month window, I had 6 fights.
Yeah.
And then after the last fight, I had about a week off, I think, and then I started a diet straight away and got back on the clean road and been clean ever since.
I suppose when you're eating clean for so long, then it's hor. Do you know when you eat rubbish? It's actually horrible, isn't it? You get sick of it really quick. I
I don't
find
know.
anyway because
I have got sweet tooth, especially for chocolate and stuff. But I am after all these camps back to back. I was eating basically a little bit of dark chocolate whenever I was allowed it, and honey. I'm mad for honey and peanut butter, so they're easily included in my diet. So I've just got to cut that out now. While I start trimming down even more now. I'm starting to tighten everything up. I got a really good nutritionist in Paul Aaron, and he's insane. The stuff he has me doing, and this again, I just feel better every time. And I actually, after the hypertrophy plan, I was on hypertrophy for 3 months. I think I put something like 3 kilos, 3 kilos on from where I normally sit, especially where I was sitting due to all the fight camps, obviously because I was trimming up all the time. My weight came down, so I think in the end I was sitting at about 79 kilos before I start my diet for the next fight. So by the time the hypertrophy plan was finished, I was about 82 kilos, 82 and a half. And I was still quite cut up. So by the time I started this cut now, my weight's coming down lovely, and I'm holding where I need to be, and I'm really cut up. So I think it'll be a nice change to actually go in there looking probably ripped again. Because I always go in there looking quite flashy. I look cut up for the weigh-ins, and then by the time I fight, because I hold a lot of water, I always look like a barrel.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same as well. I go on the scales and I look good. And then as soon as you drink the water, it's just like, it looks like you got a tire around you. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's just fluids. It's just fluids. And
Always the same.
each body type's different. Like, look at Ben Askren. You look at him and you think, he just looks like a
He
dad
looks
bod.
terrible,
And
doesn't he?
I wouldn't want a bear hug off him.
Yeah, no.
He's got an insane grip, you know. And
Have you
it's
seen
just,
him on them crushing the water
yes.
talent?
How mental's that? I couldn't even do that with an egg. Never mind a watermelon.
Bonkers, man.
It is, mate. And so, with the strength and conditioning that you've been doing, because obviously you've got to be cautious. You don't want to get too big so that it cuts too rough on you. Because, for example, Reece McKee has went up to welterweight now, so that would have been a fantastic opportunity. That matchup as well would have been awesome, you and Reece.
I was dying to fight Reece as well.
Oh,
Me and Reece, so I had this thing when none of us wanted to call each other out, but all the media wanted us to fight, and I was dying to fight them. And I thought, obviously, I'd get a crack at Jack Grant first, because I thought he was going to beat Soren, and then I thought then I'd fight either the winner of him and Jay. I thought they'd re-fight again. But obviously him moving up, and they want me to fight Desmae, and then obviously it looks good for Jack to fight Jay, so it works out lovely for me. I'll put Desmae away, and then I'll be looking at the winner of whoever wins that fight. My money's on Jack, I think. No undermining Jay. Jay's a dangerous guy, but I think Jack's going to be too much for him. And then I'll fight the winner, but I'm game to fight either of them. If Jay wants to go, I'll bang Jay out. Or if Jack wants to go, I'll beat Jack. I'm buzzing for whoever.
yeah.
But,
That's what's great about it, isn't it?
Well, Desmae's not someone to overlook first, though. So keep my head focused on that and concentrating on beating the Belgium, and then we'll go from there.
Well, how exciting is the division? There's so many fights. Never mind title fights, just fights in general for the lightweights. I was speaking with several people about this. That division is looking so much fun at the moment. Like you as a competitor, obviously you want a title. Everyone wants a title shot. But as a competitor, you must be excited by what violence is ahead of you.
Well, the main thing is, like I've said since I've started this, I've always wanted to fight the best fighters, and I've always wanted to learn. Because a lot of people, they have an easy division, and I don't mean that as insulting, but they have a sparse division, or they have some people in there where they fight, they get a quick couple of wins, they get a title fight, and then all of a sudden they're picked up, or they take a slot of UFC, and then they just get butchered in their debuts. And some of the times it's just too much too soon. Whereas I've got such a stacked division, I think any of the guys at the top could literally be walking fights in UFC at the early on stage, and I think I'm where I need to be. I know how good I am, and I know I can beat these boys, and it's an awesome experience for me. And one of my favourite authors, he has a quote, and it's something like, the fastest way to advance is through the deepest opposition. And I think that's just such an awesome mentality, because I always fight better against better opponents. And I think fighting these top boys is really going to draw out the best fighter I can be, and really show exactly what I can do. And I'm just going to go out there and just destroy everyone.
And Donovan offers, quite a good skill set himself, especially on the feet. He's got nice combinations, good body kicks. He fights
hands. A lot like me. He's got quite a similar fight style. He's busy in the pocket. He's got deadly leg kicks. He's always going forwards. He's a powerful guy. Mm-hmm. He loves a clinch.
Yeah, uppercuts are good on him. Yeah.
I just think I'm better at what I do than what he does, and I just think he's going to come in there, and it's going to be a really exciting fight. But I'm going to be too much for him.
And the atmosphere in Wales on those cards, you've obviously, when you're in there, you can experience it. I can hear it when I'm listening. What's it like when you're stood in there and that crowd is going absolutely bonkers?
Well, I'm quite chilled when I do my walkouts and stuff. Like I enjoy it. I love it. I love the atmosphere and everything. But so you're in your own planet. So you see everything, but everything's sort of going over your head. But I watched the card in December, and just the noise it makes when you're on the outside is so much. It's crazy. And when when Josh Reed and Scott Malone fought, and he did the walkout. Scott did the walk out and they was all booing him. That was a crazy, crazy thing. Because he walked through and he got cool and calm and collected walking out, and they was all booing him. And then Josh came out and was going mental. It's an awesome place to fight, and it's one of those experiences. Like I'd love one day to fight away and have a crowd like that booing me. It's something you never get used to, and it's just an experience in itself. But walking out and you're in a home crowd cheer you all the way to the cage and screaming for you to win, and it really does make that walkout more enjoyable. And it's one of my favourite parts of the fight was walking out and hearing everyone who's bought a ticket, they supported me, and we all sort of support each other, you know, Wales strong. So it's something I really look forward to.
That was something I was going to touch on. The kind of the unity in Wales is crazy because even though there's many different gyms, you know, there's different guys competing and all want to get to the big times. There's a huge support of each other. You know, like for example, like Brett Johns, Jack Marshman. Those are the guys that everyone's looking at and going, "Oh, they've gone to UFC," and John Phillips. But the kind of unity that you all support for each other, Lou Long as well, and Bellator now. You know, it's awesome to see. Actually, it's kind of crazy when you look at England. It's a bit different, and obviously, but then in Wales, it's kind of opposite.
But the thing is, Wales is a small place, and we've all sort of trained together. Like me and Brett grew up doing judo together. He was in the Welsh squad with me, so I grew up training him. Jack Shaw grew up doing kickboxing with me at the same time. So Marshman, I ended up training with quite a lot. When he flicked off him and Shaky, they ended up splitting away and sort of starting their own gym. I trained with them a little bit, and I did some of my fight camps at Cleary. Lou Long's I'd known all the way through. I've done my fight camp, a lot of my fight camp sparring with Khalid over at Pontypridd with Lou and Khalid. So is those guys, Frango and all those, I grew up training with those, and they're the same jiu-jitsu family as me, so I grew up training with all those, and some of the ones with Agans I trained with, and everyone sort of trains like a hack together, or we know each other through different circuits, and off the BJJ scene, or off the kickboxing scene, or some of them over across here, and different things. And like I've been training for 17 years, so 16, there'll be 17 in November, but I think, or 16 years in November, one of them, but everyone knows each other, and it's a lifetime in the gyms, and we all sort of grew up training, competing against each other, or seeing each other at competition and talking and watching each other fight, and we all support each other. We're a small country, and we're really looking to put the country on the map, and it's not so much supporting your gym, it's supporting your country and seeing these boys do well, and seeing them transfer to UFC and showing the world exactly what we can do for such a small country, not just on the rugby field or there. It's awesome to show that we're multi-talented and we're dangerous in any area, in any sport.
Well, you've got to ride on that Grand Slam. Come on, there's a wave there. What a Grand Slam win that was. Look, I'm not part of any of the Six Nations teams, but I'm a Welshie because I've got a Welsh jersey, mate. I've got a Welsh national jersey and a Lechley Scarlets jersey as well. So that's
Scarlets fan.
Yeah, I am. Do you know what it is? I love the Scarlets jersey. I love the kit. I just went, it's a great kit. I've always been an
Ospreys fan. I've always been an Ospreys fan. I got a few friends who play in the pro team now. Ospreys pro team, and a couple of them doing well on the Welsh circuit. Mostly, I think they were friends with my younger brother. A couple of them through judo, but they're all around the same age. They're all just progressing to the pros now. A lot of them passed out to the under-21s. They were in the Welsh team together. So that was mad. I think we was watching the game once, and there was 6 boys on the field, all from around me who I've trained with or friends with, and my brother and stuff like that. And we all see each other out. So that was a weird thing to obviously have. But Will Church-Jones, he's an ex-judoka. He's playing for Wales, and he's in the first teams for the Ospreys now. Jared Rosser, I'm not too sure who he's playing for now, but again, Welsh. He was a Welsh player and in the Welsh team. Joe Goodchild, there's a few. It's crazy, and that's just from my area. Do you know what I mean? So for such a what's the word? A low population area, we have crazy talent coming through. My girlfriend from Abergavenny, she's qualified for Tokyo Olympics in Olympic Taekwondo. So she's just getting back into sport. She's had bit of a year out with injuries and different things to do with her hips and all sorts. So she's getting back into training now. But yeah, she's qualified for the Olympics. So she's dangerous.
I was going to say, yeah. Let me guess. She kicks your ass.
Honestly, her kicking is phenomenal, and she's really been helping out with my kicking a lot. I got a good Taekwondo coach, and he's a different style, and then just seeing some of the way she kicks, and she's been helping me out with technique as well. And because we basically we don't spend time apart. So when I'm in the gym, we'll record a couple of videos. I'll send it to her, and then later when we're sat in bed or chilling, we'll go through it, and she'll give me some tips and tell me how crap I am.
Yeah,
so,
she gets a laugh out the videos, does
she? We had to play around in the gym once, and she was kicking me, and I came out, my entire arm had just gone black, and like I've been kicked for years. Like I started off kickboxing, and she kicked so ridiculously hard.
I was going to say, it's great Taekwondo it's great for like the balance and the technique of the kicks. You know, it really, as much as kickboxing, Muay Thai is good, but Taekwondo is like, it's like the more subtle art. It's more beautiful to watch, isn't it? When you see the technique they use, like look at Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
And Showtime, they've all taken that Taekwondo style as a bit of karate, but they use that, and it is beautiful to watch. I got my son doing Taekwondo because I thought it would help him for the
Definitely.
boxing, but for the flexibility, the balance, definitely Taekwondo is the first thing I want them in.
Yeah, I think people do they overlook it a lot, but a lot of my kicking, I've worked with a kicking coach now for about 2.5 years, my Taekwondo coach, before me and Maddie met, and he's been really helping me with my kicking, mostly technical wise. My Thai is quite good. Obviously, since my last fight, I showed exactly why my Thai is quite good. My elbows and knees have improved a lot, mainly just because I was weak in those areas, so I drilled them a lot. Working with some good Thai coaches and stuff. I haven't really shown what I can do kicking wise, mainly just because my last fight I showed a bit. I threw a left high, caught him quite flush with my shin, and I rocked him, and that sort of started off the whole series of events with a finish with my scissor knee and then the follow up. But I'm so much better now with my kicking, and it's just incorporating it and trying to improve my flexibility and just improve my technique. So that even my low kicks, I've really improved my technique and proper putting my hips through, making sure I'm full extension, making sure I use the length of my legs. So I've got really long legs, and I think it's just you've got to be so diverse in MMA now. You can't just be a one-trick pony. You can't just be strong in one area. Even though you get a lot of guys coming through, UFC scenes who are mad wrestling, a lot of them got really good hands. Khabib for one, like people do sit down and don't really acknowledge his punching and how good his striking is because he doesn't need it.
No.
But his wrestling's there, his ground game's there, his hands are there. It's same as a lot of guys. The Diaz brothers, they've all got type jiu-jitsu is crazy good, and then they're striking. Do you know what I mean? They're sparring with pro boxers all the time. There was the sparring partner for what's his name?
Andre Ward, wasn't it?
Andre Ward, yeah.
yeah.
TJ Dillashaw was working a lot with Lomachenko and getting his hands in before.
That video's funny.
his last
Have you
fight.
seen that one?
Well, the video of him sparring.
Where he clips Lomo at the start, and then Lomo went, we're playing this, are we? And then Lomo just went, okay, I'll go second gear, and just schooled him. That was funny. That was funny to watch.
Yeah, boxers like are on another level. Like Lomachenko is literally my favorite boxer. Like I don't really have.
I'm with you.
Icons. I just analyze styles. And when I was boxing, I watched so much videos of Lomachenko and just even his perception videos. So he does like perception training. So and peripheral training. So basically he'll stand there with different numbers and he touches the areas outside, keeping his eyes set, so he sees his peripheral. And the guy's just insane. People like him, Andre Ward again, Golovkin, they were people I analysed and tried to imitate as much as possible. And I think there's a video out there. I tried to find it not long ago and I couldn't find it. But Lomachenko's in the gym boxing.
Aye.
And there's a guy on the side calling out different fighting names. So he calls out Floyd Mayweather, he calls out someone else, and he imitates their style perfectly. And it's just such a smart thing to do. And taking into if you sort of get that mindset in where you just adapt to people's styles so that you can imitate people's styles, you can imitate a style, you can beat it. And if you fully understand something, again, if anything comes up, you have to be able to adapt. And I don't think a lot of people adapt. And that's where I'm good at in MMA. It showed, again, going back to my last fight, he come out crazy, and we knew he would. And 2.5 minutes, he really put the pressure on me, and I just soaked it up like a sponge and just adapted. And by the time it come up, I picked his style up, I slowed him down, and then I started to hurt him. And when I put the hurt on someone, they don't last. And I think that shows how adaptable I can be, and not so much how much damage I can take, because I didn't really take any big shots. So there was 2 times he caught me properly. He caught me with a body kick, and when he caught my kick, my high kick, I didn't pull it back quick enough and didn't really put enough through. He threw a cross, and I think if he'd stood his ground instead of coming forwards with that cross, he would have done a lot more damage. But he pushed in, and literally as he did, I just literally sat with it and ate the cross going down. So I was taking the power out of it, and then tied him up, took my time, worked my way back to my feet, and that was the end of that. So I think MMA, you have to be an adaptable fighter. Again, if you look at Jack Shaw, his last fight, he made no effort to finish, purely because he knew exactly what he had to do, and he did a perfect game plan. He controlled, he dominated the fight. He took the back, and he just literally waited and put pressure through and waited because he knew exactly what was going to happen. He knew by that he adapted to his fighter. He knew exactly when the finish was going to come, and that's exactly what you need to do. And that was clinical watching that. Like I know it wasn't that exciting to fight, but when you're fighting for a title and you're fighting for a belt, it doesn't need to be exciting. You just need to win. So that was crazy good to watch, and I really enjoyed watching that fight.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to see the kind of smart, mature fighter come through.
Perfect, you know what I mean? And like,
it doesn't matter
my
what
fight
age you
is
are.
exciting, my style is exciting, but it's a dangerous style, because like if you looked at UFC on the weekend, Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm struggling speaking today because I'm tired. Josh Emmett had a crazy right hand and knocked him out, and I think he was losing that fight. And,
He was 100%, yeah.
He had a crazy knockout because like Johnson wanted to stay in the pocket with him. So
yeah, in fact, Johnson was doing what in the first and second round, lovely, popping the shots off, cutting on an angle, out of the way. It wasn't down the pipe, he wasn't straight in line, and then all of a sudden, just got a bit cocksure in the third round, and just got a little bit lackadaisy in the last few minutes. A couple more landed, and he didn't take heed of it, and you pay the price. As soon as a couple started landing, should have just went and reset.
Back his fence again and just run.
Just reset to what you were doing.
Just run. But everyone wants the flashy knockouts, they want the bonuses, and it's smart fighting. But sometimes you just got to win. If you win in fights, do you know what I mean? The bigger fights will come, the big finishes will come.
Yeah,
but,
it's when you look for that finish and you force it. Sometimes that's when it bites you. You have to just it just happens.
Let it flow.
Yeah, it's like it flows. Just like a right straight doesn't land every time clean, but it will land clean some point. So that's you just got to wait for it. That's what a lot of people don't just. They also look for stuff that doesn't work that often, and usually it's the basics, like a 1-2 left hook, standard 1-2-3. Probably one of the most successful combinations you'll ever see in boxing or MMA. It's just nothing complex or nothing, too crazy.
Looking at the Derby fight, do you know what I mean? A nice cross hook, sunk La Hoy, and I was because he just sat in the range of his punches, and I only even do that. I'm really looking forward to those fights in the June card, because I'm a really big fan of Ross Houston, and I really like Ross, so I'm really interested to see how that fight goes between him and Dalby, and there's some awesome fights on that card, so I'll definitely be there after I beat Donovan Desmae, obviously.
Well, yeah, exactly. Get to call out the winner as well, just shout out. Just a fight card is stacked. That London card is disgusting. I'm not a fan of London, but I would go down for that fight card. That is.
I'm not a fan of London, but it'd be nice. I think I'll try and chase some tickets up for that and have a weekend away. Be nice to have a Saturday and Sunday relaxed and watch the fights and make my way back home. So
come back fired with a bit of a fire in you, especially doesn't it? Especially when you watch fights, you come back home going, I'm going to do even more now. I don't know what it is.
I'm Welsh. We're always fired up. We're always ready to go. I mean, I'm ready to scrap if I walked in the co-op in the morning when I'm getting ready for a big fight. I mean, I'm ready anytime. I think that'll pass over good when I want to go to UFC, because anytime a fight comes up, I'm always ready to take it. I'm always fit, I'm always healthy, and I'm always ready and always in good shape. So I'm ready to fight all the time. Like MMA has a really short lifespan. I don't think people fully understand that. Like I'm looking at another 10 years, maybe not even that, in the game. And that sounds like a long time, but it flies by. And I want to be in there, and I want to be in the big fights, and I want to be showing exactly what I can do. So it's all about the learning experience and showing exactly what I can do now. And I can't wait to see what I can do next year and the
And
year after that, because I'm always improving and I'm always more dangerous, and I'm not afraid of losing. Like I'm really not afraid. If I lose, it happens. I just don't think I will. I really believe in myself, and I believe in what I can do, and I work hard enough that I know I do the work, and I'm always putting the runs in, and I'm always doing the work. I train 3, 4 times a day. I eat the right stuff. I sleep. I sleep enough. I'm always trying to find the new supplements. I'm always looking at that next 1%, getting everything right. My mentality is there. I'm just looking to destroy people and improve and analysing fights. And I'm going to show exactly what I can do in this division. And I think everyone's starting to notice me a bit more. I don't think Jack's going to overlook me, and I don't think Donovan's overlooking me, and I'm really, really not overlooking him. Like, he's one of my, again, this is going to be the most important fight of my life. Every fight, I do say that, but again, this is a big fight for me. And I'm really not overlooking him, and I know he's going to be dangerous, and it's going to be an awesome fight.
yeah, every fight in a way is a title fight because it gets
Every
you
fight's a
to
title
there.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what gets you to there. So that's why like everyone should like it. Whatever sport, you treat every sport like it's the final, like that's the fight that's going to win. And if you do it, that's what's going to get you to there. And look, that division is ridiculous. And also, if you put a performance on, you put another show-stopping finish on, it's hard to ignore your kind of shout for that strap. The way you've been performing, man. It is hard, and you got a legit guy in front of you. It's going to be a hell of a scrap. Like when I saw the fight get announced, honestly, I was absolutely amped. Firstly, I was buzzing that you were back on the card. You've definitely turned into a fan favorite. I think anyone who sees your name on a fight card, they know what's coming. The guy likes to fight. You're not gonna lay and pray for 3 rounds. That's the thing. I think people know what you bring.
Yeah, again, like I always see Cage Warriors as sort of doing your apprenticeship or doing your degree. It's just a learning experience, and this is why I like doing interviews, and why I'll always try and improve in every area and try and make myself a better product. And
Yeah.
it's just those exciting fights. Like it's going to come to that point where I'm going to have a boring fight, and I'm not really afraid of that because I know that when it comes, and they will come. It'll still be enjoyable to the lifelong fans, but I'm not at that point yet, and I'm always looking for a finish anyway. So I don't even think my slower fights will be boring, but again, I can't see this one going the distance. Either of us is going to be looking to finish, and I can't see it going 3 rounds. I think the only one of my fights has gone. Yeah, it is the only fight I've ever gone distance with was the French guy fought. What was his name? What was his name? That's embarrassing and disrespectful. Oh Christ! There was a French guy fought, and I had a little bit of injuries going into that, and
It was Day or something, was it? Day.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I can't
and
remember his first name though. It was French.
Common Day it was, and
Day.
I made some mistakes, and that was an awesome learning experience for me. I really, really improved from that fight, and
But
I
15
think
minutes is great experience. That's what you got to take. Like 15 minutes, like it's great getting the first round knockout. That's great. But then there's 10 more minutes you could have got experience, and that's 15 minutes experience under your belt. That's what
and I
you got
showed
to
massive
think.
gaps in my game, which was amazing for me. Like my wrestling, I was picking them up all the time. I wasn't active enough off the cage. When I was gripping and controlling, I rushed the finish a few times, and I secured a finish 3 times, I think. And every time I secured the finish, instead of just securing, holding, and waiting, and then taking the finish when it came, I rushed it and lost it, and I buckled his knee and didn't follow up with enough things. It was a lot. When we looked at the sheet after it, there was a lot I really need to improve on, and that was an awesome learning experience for me, and I really do thank Coleman for that fight.
It's like they say, position over submission. And when you get in there, it all goes out the window, and you just think, just grab it, grab it, grab it. And you just got to always remember it. It's crazy. Like people don't realize that when you're in the headlights, it's a bit like you miss a step, and then you think, how would he get out? And you think, oh, I just didn't tuck that in, or I didn't.
Swearing at,
I didn't.
swearing
It's
at
crazy, isn't
myself,
it?
I was.
It's mental in that split second moment. You even know you go, I just didn't have my elbow high, or didn't pressure this, and there's little things just nuts in it. You do it like time and time again in the gym. You get everyone with it, and all of a sudden you're like, how did I forget to do that? But look, that's the thing that helps you learn, and you've got the experience. You've you've done a lot of stuff in the gym now. We get to see what you're going to bring for 2019. Before I let you go, though, what's your sponsors, man? Who's helping you out in your fight camp?
Awesome. Yeah, big shout out. Tatami is one. Tatami Fightwear, CCS Scaffolding, Peyton Seekers, Hilltop Honey, ISO Sport now, P&P Builders. Yeah, massive shout out to all those. Peyton Seekers, I'm not sure if I shouted those guys out. Everyone's a massive support and they're all helping me out. And again, I couldn't do this without you guys, and it really makes a massive difference. So if you check my Instagram, all my long-term sponsors are listed. Give them a look, and
Well,
really
watch your
check these guys
Instagram.
out.
Give us your social network and stuff that you've got.
Right, so guys, follow me on Instagram. That's at Mason Jones 995. I think maybe my Twitter at Mason Jones 95. Sorry, on Instagram. Twitter at Mason Jones 995. My Facebook Mason Dragon Jones. Check the page out. But yeah, my Instagram's the main one. I'm really active on there. I post a lot of my training. I think today's the first time in a while I haven't posted all my training sessions. So that's at Mason Jones 95. But yeah, check me out and drop me a message, guys. I try and reply to everyone. So please
Yeah,
drop me.
I was going to say you're not on Twitter a lot because I see that
No.
it's sparse. It's very sparse, the tweets, folks. Every now and then there'll be a tweet or retweet, and then it's just gone. It's like what about last but not least? I know you train different gyms, but any people that have helped you out in training camps that haven't mentioned or anyone you give a shout out to
Yeah.
that get you to where you are?
My coaches are the main ones. So my boxing coach, Lyndon James, he boxed at Collingwood Boxing. I mean, there's crazy coaches there. Archie, he's one of the Welsh coaches. Well, that's Mark changed and all the people. Lyndon, again, like I said, he's worked with me for years, and my hands show. Carl Vetti, my TKD coach, Taekwondo coach, he's helped me out for the past 2.5 years, close to 3 years, and I've learned so much. Reece Jones, PT, my S&C coach, he's helped me out for years, and that really shows my strength and shows my performance. I'm always the fittest person in the cage, so check him out. Celtic Pride, they are my jiu-jitsu coach, Greg Creel, and my Thai coach, Stephen Gifford. So these guys are always helping me out, and again, check them out. Greg Creel, like I said, my jiu-jitsu coach, he's really helped a lot of things, and he's supported me since I was young. And last but not least, definitely not least, is Craig Ewers, ex-Welsh national judo coach. Been my coach since I was, 11, I think. Helped me out with judo all the way through when I fought international, and he's really helped me out in my jiu-jitsu, and now in my MMA, he's corners me every time. So big shout out to all my coaching team. Last one in the team, obviously, Paul Aaron Nutrition. The guy's insane. Check him out. He's getting on now. I think he's in his 50s, and he's absolutely shredded. Doesn't make sense how shredded he is. So please check him out.
Shredded, gutted. Eh? I might just sit there thinking, yeah, he's had way more years to get like that. We're just catching up. That's all
Honestly,
it is.
I'm sure. I don't really want to guess on his age, but I'm sure he must be in either his 50s or his late 50s or 60s. Because the geezer's getting on and he is shredded, in ridiculous shape. And in the nutrition plans and stuff he sorts me is so much easier because he doesn't just sort my macros and stuff. He tells me exactly what I need to eat day by day, and
Yeah.
he's always on the next best thing. So at the minute now, I'm behind since we signed. I think we signed over a year ago. I didn't sign anything, so I mean, what I mean is I sort of signed up to his programs, and
Yeah.
he's asked me to do 8 different tests, like allergen tests and diet tests and stool samples and something else, VO2 max tests, just so we can get a readout, really improve. And at the minute, I'm just low on dollar, so that's still up there. I'm gonna sort that out, and yeah, the guys are insane.
That's awesome, man. But you're in the right direction to progress. That's the thing. You're not going back. You're not regressing. You're progressing. That's the key.
Yeah,
You're looking at the right people, talking to the right people, trying to develop yourself, man. And I can't wait to see this fight, man. Thanks very much for your time. Have an awesome scrap. Enjoy the rest of your fight camp. And look, people are going to enjoy watching you on UFC Fight Pass, BT Sport, and wherever else in the world they're showing it.
yeah, I can't wait, man. Thank you for having me on.